matchup inside. Reggie's hard to deal with. Kaji's a tough matchup. We got back into the game, cut up to 5, which was, and then they made those threes. You got to give credit to make those threes. And the first one in the corner was actually shot. Grant's on the right-hand side. I think it was Grant Larkin on the right-hand side. Pretty deep. And that's what you're going to give up when you're playing that defense. But it had nothing to do with that defense or getting back in the game. We had such a good practice today. I mean, it's unbelievable how good our practice was today. We were crisp, we executed, we screened, we moved the ball, we shared the ball. And then we get in there and there was no carryover. We've had 3 really, really good days. I mean, really, really good days. We get 2-on-1s, we don't share the ball. We get baseline drives, we miss a dunk. We have pick and rolls, where we have guys open cutting the basket, and we don't throw the ball on top of the target, the ball goes right out of bounds. That was, bring guys in, and they don't play at the level, the intensity we need them to play at. So we just got to regroup and get ready for Sunday.
You guys have had games where you turned the ball over this year, but that sequence in the first half, was that the...
Ridiculous. The turnovers weren't a product of anything but ourselves. We saw the enemy, and it was us. That's the way it is. It wasn't like they made us turn the ball over. We turned the ball over.
Seth, you talked before. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I know you're behind, but did you feel good about your defensive effort the first half against
The first half, I thought we defended pretty well. I thought that, the defense kept us in the game. And then, that last possession, we knew that Larkin was going to come off that ball screen. We tried to string it out. And then, they get the tip dunk. And it wasn't even a guy rotating. All we had to do was that guy just had to cut his man out. He turned and watched Larkin. It wasn't on our post rotating. It wasn't like that guy was cutting someone else out. But also we had a player just turn his head and not stay in the play. And you get the ball. It's a 6-point game. You start with the basketball. You're in pretty good shape. We went inside a couple times. The second possession we went inside. Victor scored, but then Reggie was really good in the second half. We decided not to double him. Might have been a mistake. It's kind of hard when he's backing you down. If you hold your ground and you get knocked over, I would think a 280-pound person would probably be the reason. But I'm not that smart.
I was just going to ask you about Reggie. You talked about before the game. You would contain him in years past. What is it? I mean, what is it that you see?
Well, I think he's finishing everything. I mean, he really is. He's finishing everything. I think Kaji makes him better. I think Kaji makes him better. I think Jim's doing a good job of isolating him on that 3 play where they reverse the ball and search him. Actually, don't even search him. They reverse the ball back to him. But I think Kaji, because, with Kaji, he can post, he can step out. You got to worry about blocking him out because he's coming from the backside. I mean, that's a tough tandem. When you're talking about, I look at the team, they got 3 pros.
It seemed like the team progressed in the Clemson win. You think that they got better in the Clemson
We were
win?
unbelievable. I mean, we literally, the last 3 days of practice have been probably the 3 best days of practice we've had all season, at least league season. In terms of execution, in terms of flowing the offense, in terms of making extra passes, in terms of being alert. And then, it is literally extremely difficult to put my hand on because I left shoot around when we practiced for 40 minutes. I left that practice thinking, I actually told my staff, I said, we're really locked in. I mean, we were cutting hard, screening hard, doing the things that we need to do to have a chance to win. We were actually looked like a mature, experienced basketball team.
So can you say 3 pros, you mean Shane Larkin in the future?
I would think Durant Scott would be the 3rd
Durant
pro.
Scott.
I think maybe Shane will be, but I think Reggie and Kaji and Durant Scott, and I think those 3. And Durant Scott's got an NBA body. I don't care what he did today. I mean, I'm just talking about his game. It's a very mature game. And they got their pieces fit right now. I mean, Trey McKinney is a guy that understands his role, and that's a credit to Jim. I think Larkin has made him better because he's a facilitator. You know, Malcolm is still struggling with the ball, but you still have to honor him because he can make shots. So it's not like, well, he's not shooting the ball well, we're not going to guard him. You know, you've still got to guard him, which makes Reggie better.
Can you sense that they were disappointed in how they played today, based on what you saw hours before this game? I mean, just moving forward,
If you have a pulse, you're disappointed with how you play.
Mhm.
Let's face it. I don't think I have to check their temperature to know if they were disappointed. Especially, they knew they had good practices leading into this game. They really did.
How do you?
So I just got, on the road, it's going to happen. We're not going to use inexperience as an excuse, but I mean, it's like West Virginia goes and loses at home to Notre Dame yesterday. I mean, you don't think it's going to happen? It's going to happen. I mean, you see, scores every day that kind of make you shake your head. They're a good team. We didn't play like a good team today, but that's college basketball today. I mean, the hardest thing about our game right now is trying to figure out who your team is each and every day.
Anything else, Coach?
Thank you.